to the Clopen Effect, a retail podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I'm your host, Meredith.
And I'm your host, Cass.
Let's have some fun.
Yes.
Good.
Hello, everybody.
We got a few things to talk about. So
yeah, we do.
Shannon sent me a Snapchat yesterday and said, my whole Friday's ruined because we didn't do an episode. She was messing with us.
I'm so sorry.
So I thought this would be a great one. We could just go live.
You know, it ruins our Friday, too, when we don't have an episode to listen to. So we apologize for that, but life goes on.
You know what? It was just one of those weeks. We were busy on Monday, right? Or it was Halloween.
Halloween was on Tuesday, so we were going to either record Monday or Thursday. And you said, yeah, let's do Thursday. And then Thursday you were like, F this.
I just didn't feel like it. You know, I woke up Thursday morning. Usually I send you a message and say,
right.
This is what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
And I could not think of anything.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything.
No.
I was just like, nah. I just couldn't do it. And if the passion's not there to talk about something.
And I was like, I could bitch about a lot of things, but it might get me in trouble.
We're going to bitch a little bit today.
We got Julia. Hi, Julia. And Christine, Emily.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, good. Shannon, glad you got to see the live. Yes, because she worked.
Good.
She got off at 3. So.
Oh, good.
Hi, Megan.
And Drew, he's working. So
I know.
He can't,
he's so sad. He's so sad. That's okay.
So I know you're not on social. You're actually just on social now because you're going to read everyone's comments or say hi to everybody. Because I can't do both. I can't record and then have it on my phone and have it on the computer, so I can't see anything. So you're going to let us know.
Yeah.
And the newest thing, I know you're not on socials is my whole point, is the newest thing is you can do @followers when you want to draw attention and let everybody know that you're, and you're allowed to do it one time a day. So for Clopen,
only
like
once a day?
Sweet Melissa's just did it now, and like I think Newt,
Newt?
Yeah.
Newt,
it's not nude. You know, they do it. So I'm like, oh, wait, why are they mentioning us? Because a year ago, if someone mentioned us, I'm like, oh, God, is it something bad? Or is it an ad? Or is it spam?
Right.
And now it's kind of neat because they @followers, and then you can react and you can see what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like all the food places, right? Oh, my gosh. They are always sharing. Like, @followers, come check this out. We have breakfast. We have lunch. So that I just spend the day being hungry.
I do the same thing because that's my TikTok is mainly food. So I'm like, wow, that spaghetti looks really good. I wish I knew how to make homemade pasta.
So all the @followers, I'm like, okay, cool. Is it time for breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever? But so yes, that's what. So I told you I had something to tell you.
What do you have to tell me?
It's nothing serious.
Oh, okay.
So I was cleaning up and I was getting ready for the live because I thought, well, you know, we're going to go live and this is going to be fun and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I was over by the bar and I wanted to make it smell good in here, you know, a little ambiance. Let's make sure we're not melting that cord right there.
Oh, hello.
We got a candle.
It's a little warm. Good thing you saw that.
And so I was trying to make it nice. You know, we have a plug-in over here by the bar. We have a bar for those that haven't been here yet.
If you want to come on.
There is a bar. We got a full bar over here. And,
you
can drink before you interview.
It calms the nerves.
And I had a bigger sweater on, not my selfie sweater on. And I turned the thing on and went to go turn around. And my sweater caught a big Tito's bottle.
Oh.
And it went...
all
everywhere.
Oh no.
And you know the first thing I thought of if it would happen at a store? What would a customer say?
Alcohol abuse. Alcohol abuse.
So all it did was piss me off even more because I'm like, if I was at a store, customers would be saying stuff and they'd be running it over with their carts.
Yeah, not even care. Like, I can't believe nobody's cleaned this up yet. Why don't you fucking go around, you B-word?
Oh, gosh. So, yeah, I wanted to tell you that because I think it was probably one of your bottles. It was more of one of the emptier ones because they were in front. There's 5 bottles over there. You and Bestie keep bringing Tito's bottles here.
We just want to make sure we're fully stocked.
And they're all like half. So that one wasn't too much.
Yeah.
The nice thing is it cleans tile real good, Tito's.
Vodka in general is a great disinfectant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my tile looks great. I'll show you.
It absorbs smells also. So
okay, does it smell like Tito's when you came down here at all? Okay, good, because I wanted to make sure it
smelled delicious. But, you know, if you have like, okay, so this sweater's been hanging in my closet since last Christmas.
Yeah.
Which I Febrezed it today. But if I didn't Febreze it, you can take vodka in a squirt bottle and
So it's
and
like regular
it.
alcohol like we did during COVID, right? You could just like, and it would just disintegrate.
Right.
Okay.
Remember a lot of like the tequila companies and stuff and alcohol companies were actually making sanitizer. They were like, why does this smell like tequila?
This is why
delicious.
This is why we all drink now in 2023. Thanks. But unfortunately, it made Isn't this cute?
I love it.
I asked you a couple days ago because I was on Amazon. I said, do you want to do Thanksgiving fall or do you want to do
Christmas?
And she chose it. So if you're mad about this,
it was me. I ain't got no shame.
Oh, gosh. But so, yeah. So how was your week?
You know, my one boss, he's texting in the group like, hey, did you guys get this? Whatever, blah, blah, blah. We're like, yeah, we got it. He goes, how's that project going? And I just sent him a big puke emoji. And he was like, oh, God. He goes, well, how long is it taking? I go somewhere between an hour and a half and 4 hours. You know, like there's no telling. There's no in between. You never know. And, you know, it's been a headache.
So it's not like the meat resets. You're not taking all the meat down from the decks, right?
Right.
But you still have to move product.
We're still basically resetting.
And you're in the deli this week and next week. And how long is this going on? How many stores do you have?
A lot. Yeah. I think I did it all this week besides Monday, Tuesday. Like I started it Wednesday and then I'm off Monday from it so I can do some of my regular job.
Sure.
And then I do it all next week besides Monday. And then the following week, I think I have like 3 or 4 days too.
Man.
Yeah.
Do you remember working where we met? And there would be no brokers. There was no representation. No. There was no one that would come in and do the resets. We would do them.
We did them.
I wonder if Shannon's still on, if she would agree with that. She probably does her own.
Yeah.
She used to do the King's Hawaiian displays.
And that's what I was talking about. Like, it's so weird to me at these stores that we work at because they hire an outside company to do the resets.
Yeah.
Their pricing team, where we met, they had a whole pricing team. Oh, Ty says hi.
Hi.
Oh, and he's in Poland. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Shannon says she still does them all. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no representation.
Where we met, we had a whole pricing team, right? They did pricing.
Yep.
They did the resets. They did the seasonal aisles. They went through and changed all the tags. The stores I work at now have 1 or 2 people in pricing. That's all they do.
That's all.
And they spend their whole freaking week doing it.
Yep.
It's insane.
It is.
And so then they have a reset team that they hire an outside company to come in and do this. And let me tell you how many times I've heard the managers complain that, they reset the deli meat and they took all the overstock stuff or, stuff that's not in the set anymore and put it in the freezer or vice versa.
Yes.
They put stuff that was supposed to be frozen in the cooler, the refrigerator.
Yeah.
And just ruined thousands of dollars worth of product.
Yep.
And it's like, why don't you just have an in-house team that does that?
Yep.
I feel like it's more cost effective. They can help pricing. So that's not such a shit show every week. Mm-hmm. Like, get it together, you know? So
I remember coming in first shift and a cart of just a whole bunch of random stuff would be sitting in the back room, maybe by like the, not the baler, the hole in the wall.
Yes.
And I'd be like, oh, what is this all from? Oh, they reset aisle 12. You know, we're getting ready for holidays or bakery, whatever, or baking aisle, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So
Shannon also said fresh departments, they don't get any help with prices or planograms.
Yes.
So they do it
I
all
remember
themselves.
that. They just hand them the sheets and say, here you go. So she's got to go through and all her signs.
Right.
And
which, Shannon, you probably switch like every season, I'm guessing, or more than that with your planograms.
Yeah, I'd be interested in that.
Yeah. Because I know like we do the meat resets, we do it seasonal. We do it spring and fall. Mm-hmm. You know, it's winter, summer, spring and fall. So
interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know. But that's, I feel like hindsight's 2020. Shannon says every season for produce.
Okay.
So it, like you can make these comments to even some of the higher up people that come in and visit, like, hey, like I don't understand why you're doing it this way. Like I feel like this would be, and they're just like, no, we're not changing it.
Where was it at where we met or at my new place that we went into a store in the city and someone that worked planogram or like what they call like, I don't know, like Pico or Pog or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Was angry and he knew he was quitting the following week. So he put different words on the tags. So in the cereal
Wasn't Drew
aisle,
talking about that?
yeah, it said like sasshole.
Yeah. Yeah.
and they started putting it up and they were like,
What
hold
is
on a
this?
second.
Yeah, I think Drew was talking about that.
Like Cheerio dicks, you know? Like,
yeah. Cheerio dicks.
it was like, what? So they had to stop the whole reset. He was like, F you people, this is what I'm doing. I'm out. He was so mad.
I want to do that so bad.
I love the way you put in your 2 weeks. You give like a card, like, sorry for your loss, you know, get well soon.
I still apologize.
One
to
of
my
our friends
old
did it
boss
on
for
a cake.
that.
Like, this is my 2 weeks.
Yeah. I really, you know what the worst part about that was is that his birthday was a few days before that and I didn't know. So he was like, oh, a card. Oh my God. And he's like, sorry for your loss. What?
Sorry for your 40s. They're gone. And I'm gone too.
Yeah. Yeah. And his face just dropped, you know, and oh, I felt so bad.
No, absolutely not. Do not feel bad.
I mean, you know, it's just, that's how I am. So.
Hey, I'm just curious if anybody got a drink. So cheers.
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 Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Hope you're
Thanks
done working.
for joining us.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Amazing. This is fun.
Hi, Brianna.
I think Jenny's on too, right? Did I see Jenny?
Oh, I don't know.
I thought I saw that she liked the live.
Oh, good.
So we had a couple things that we wanted to talk about. We wanted to talk about bad management.
Yeah.
Updating your resume, because that's changed a little bit.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just some updates. You know, those that are listening might be like, oh, maybe I want to try and go for this new role. Or maybe I want to change, right?
You should always have it, you know, current, because you never know.
You always should have a current. I do not keep mine current. It's terrible.
I had a friend unexpectedly get fired the other day. You know
man.
what I mean? Like, just boom, out of that, you're fired, you know.
So unless you want to start your own job or your own company, you probably should have your resume. And I know where we worked, when I started to look, it was 7 years since I updated my resume because I thought I was going to retire from the place.
Yes.
It was like no problem. And then my last year was just like, this is not going to happen.
Yeah.
I didn't even know how to write a resume years ago.
I still don't. Luckily, I have a very nice sister and best friend that they take care of that stuff for me.
Touch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, you know what you do. We just have to put it in.
Yeah.
Well, I cheat. Your sister writes it. I put it in Chat GPT.
I just
and
go,
does this sound good?
Yeah, because we had to write a resume for my
AI.
job that I have now. That's the first time I've ever written a resume in my whole life.
Right.
I was a waitress. You don't need a resume for a waitress. You walk in and go, hey, I'm looking for a waitress job. And they go, cool, we're looking for help, you know?
Right.
Like, that's it.
When can you start, tonight?
Same thing. Yeah, exactly. Throw on this apron and get back there and bust some tables, you know? And, hi, Gail.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Steven. Oh, Steve. No, that's Steve.
Oh,
hi, Steve.
He's here somewhere.
He's in the house with us.
He's going to make sure no one says anything bad.
That's good. He's our little bodyguard in there. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah. I had never made a resume, you know?
You
and it was like, I didn't even know what to write.
This Christmas sweater's making me hot.
Dude, I'm so hot.
It's like 60 out.
It's okay, though.
I was sitting outside waiting for you, and I had this on, and the UPS driver went through, and I could see he was kind of looking. I'm just like, I'm going to go inside for a second. It's a little early for this.
What the fuck, bitch? We're trying to enjoy the warm weather, and you're ready for Christmas already.
The sun felt good today, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it is nice out today. Yeah.
So make sure you keep your resumes updated. You just never know what's going to happen. Or you just, one day you can just be, F this, I'm done.
And when you update it, make sure you put it somewhere that you can upload it, okay?
She came over early.
That's a shit show, let me tell ya.
You use Chrome on the computer that Mom gave you.
Yeah.
I use, what do I use? What do we even use?
You use
Safari.
Apple products.
I use Safari. I do have Chrome. I really don't like Chrome.
No,
so I
because
still
you're an
kind
Apple
of
person.
I'm holding on to Safari, which
Yeah.
everyone's laughing at me right now because it's gonna go away.
Isn't that what Apple uses though?
I don't know. What do I have? Yeah, this a
Yeah,
MacBook
because
Pro.
they gave us phones for work. Okay. I have been since day one Android user, right?
Yep.
And when I bought this phone, oh hi Erica. I thought, should I go to iPhone? Like,
right.
let me look at it a little bit. And I was like, hell no. I have
And
no
I
clue how
only
to
know
use
iPhone.
it. Right?
Yeah.
Right. You're like Apple from day one.
Yep.
So at work recently, they said, hey, you guys aren't going to have to use your phones anymore. We're going to give you a phone. And I was like, cool.
Yeah.
And they gave us iPhones. And I'm like, this thing.
Instead of being thankful, you were like, frick. this sucks.
Don't get me
Everyone
wrong.
else would be like, this is amazing.
It was so nice to take like 30 apps off of my phone and put them on the iPhone. It was great. But we use a certain app to do our job, and it is so slow on the iPhone. I'm like, this thing is a piece of shit. And then throw in bad
store Wi-Fi, and then you're all in trouble.
And I said, I had considered once getting an iPhone, and using that thing at work just solidified that I will never be an iPhone user. I will never be an iPhone user. I am Android for life.
So back to your resume.
Yeah.
I use Safari because
Yeah.
I'm ancient.
Yeah.
And so we share the Clopen email. So we share it so we can send stuff to each other, or one of us is always replying back to somebody.
Yeah.
So I sent it to you, and I sent it to your personal Gmail.
Yes.
I looked at the resume that your sister wrote. I'm like, let's just see what AI can do, And
Yeah.
we kind of did a little swirl
How
with
cool is
your,
that?
yeah, make it sound even
Yeah.
more professional than it
Yes.
was, right? And
Yes.
kind of add a few
Yes.
extra things in there. And so you sent it, and you came over with the laptop. You're like, I can't download it.
Where the fuck is it? Where the
keeps
fuck is it? And I know how to open a fucking PDF, okay? I'm not one of those people
was
that's
Word,
like,
though.
"Yeah, where
It was
does
in
the-
Word."
Where does the PDF go? I want to say hi to Tab and Josh.
Aw, hi.
Josh says we got cute sweaters. Thanks, Josh.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we're both elfsies.
Yes, I got a selfie on.
Smiling is
I'm
my
sweating
favorite.
now. It's like way too warm out. It's still
we're both
fall,
like, ugh.
folks. It's still fall.
Ugh, my
But we're gonna
my
talk
balls
about
are
the
getting in the
holidays
way.
here and how
I
to
don't-
survive them.
Maybe I'll do an outfit change in the middle of this. We'll see what happens.
So you emailed it over, and it came over in Word, and we couldn't figure it out. So
Yeah.
I'm clicking away on the computer, and she kept saying, "We'll have Jen do it. We'll have
I was
Jen
like,
do it."
fuck
I'm like,
this. Just close
and I
the
wasn't
fucking
giving
laptop.
up. She was like ready to put it on my fingers. I want to throw it out. I'm like, no, we'll figure this out. And I'm like, that's what it is. We have to download it on this computer to a PDF. I have no idea why. But then we sent it to the Clopen email and to your email. Boom, done.
Boom, done.
Yeah.
There it was.
You're just keeping it updated. That's all.
I said at 42 years old, I am going to sign up for a college course on how to use a computer.
Or you could just pay me and I could show you because I'm on a
Okay.
computer all day. Me, you, Jen, we can have
But
some drinks
the issue
and we can
is-
show you how to use a computer.
I don't have an Apple, and you're gonna
That's
be
okay.
like, so you're gonna be like, hold on, let me learn real quick, doop 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 doop, and then you're gonna be like, okay, this is how you do it. So it's gonna take twice as long.
Okay, fine. Go pay somebody else. I don't want to teach you anyways. So let's start with the tough stuff. Let's start with signs of a bad manager. And maybe if people are listening, they can kind of comment on what makes a bad manager. We'll
Yeah.
see if AI has the same as them.
I think it's like in Tab said get a Mac. And said she needs to learn computers too and have drinks. We'll just make it a party. By the time we leave, we'll be too
Computer
drunk. We
party.
won't care. I think, most managers, they start out with good intentions, right?
Do they?
I feel like it. Yeah, I feel like most people do.
Okay.
Right.
Maybe I've had a couple bad ones.
But what turned them bad?
True.
What turned them bad?
True. Maybe birth?
A little
Maybe
harsh.
childhood?
My lips are so chapped, by the way.
They're going to be real chapped at the end of this, laughing.
Jesus. Is everybody else's lips really chapped in like the last 2 days? Or is it just me?
Already.
Yeah.
We had one snow on Halloween for those that are in the
Yeah.
Midwest.
Yeah.
And everything's dry already.
Yeah.
I could crack.
Hi, Caitlin. So I think most of my managers have started out with good intentions.
Yeah.
I'm here to help. I'm here to help you. I'm here to work with you, not you work for me, that kind of stuff.
I can agree to that.
And I think a lot of them get so overwhelmed because once again, we are yes people, right?
Yeah, we are.
So the boss is going to say, well, I'm going to need you to do this, this, and this now. And you're like, okay, no problem. And then it's like, and this, this, and this. And it's like, oh, okay, I can do that too. And then, well, now it's this, this, and this. And don't forget about those other thises.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, holy fuck, I can't do all this.
Yeah.
And then you start taking it out on everybody, right?
True.
Because then we call with our issues and this isn't working. I need help with this. And they're just like, I don't fucking have time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't have time. My plate is already overflowed. I don't have time to help you.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's been my experience in life at most places that I've worked at.
You know, we ask online, you know, what could make things better, or why they maybe moved to another job or something like that. And a lot of it was getting pulled in different directions.
Yes.
You got one store director that comes in and tells you this, this, and this, like you said.
Yeah.
Then you got a lines lead that comes in and says, well, actually this, and then you're like, well, what's my priority here?
Communication,
All of
right?
you get together and then tell me what to do. You know, that was a big comment.
Hi, Christy. How many times at every single job that you've had have they said, we need more communication? We need more communication, you know?
That's funny because the first thing on here from AI says lack of communication.
It is the number one, right? Mm-hmm. So at my job right now, I have like 4 different bosses. They take care of different departments.
Yes.
And I feel like they don't even fucking talk to each other. And they're like, this one has a
Wait,
project.
is one of your bosses on here right now?
I don't know. We'll see. Hello, if you are, don't fire me, please. I don't blame you.
Get it?
You know, one will have a project going on that they're planning on starting on Monday, and this one has a project going on that they're like, you know, this one calls me and says, hey, I need you to do this. And I'm like, well, this one already called me and said they need me to do that. So what do I do? You know, and they're like, what the hell? They didn't tell me. I go, well, did you tell them? Did you tell them? Did you tell them that you had a well, no. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then you're both at fault.
It's so tough.
How are we not communicating?
Well, tell everyone, I'm sure those that listen know you're wall to wall. Like you're not just specific deli, produce, you know, grocery.
We do
so
stuff
you have
in every department.
Produce, deli, meat department, and maybe if they don't communicate, then they're like, well, I need you to go do this in meat, but you're like, hold on, I'm doing this in deli.
Yeah.
Because you're wall to wall.
Yes.
So if you were just someone that did deli or produce or meat, then you would have one boss telling you what to do.
We have it all.
But you have it all. So I can see where that happens.
And another thing is I lost my train of thought.
No, that's okay. The next one on here is micromanaging me.
Micromanaging
me because I've had that happen before.
Machines. You know, I don't think I've had too much trouble with that.
I've had a couple.
I've had a couple. Yeah.
And you know what the clue is when you have your first like meeting with them and they say, I don't micromanage, but, and you're like,
because
everything
after the butt is shit. Everything after butt is shit.
If you have to say that out loud, you do.
Yeah.
You absolutely, you want to be a part of it. You want to be
I think it's hard for a lot of managers to give up control also,
Oh,
right?
I'm one of them.
Yeah.
100%.
Like
100%.
Excuse me. And you're very hands-on.
I am very hands-on. So it is. It's actually it's not really a negative, but I've had to work through it. Because I'm just like, I'm going to show you how to do it, and then I was even like that as a mom.
And then I'm gonna trust you to do it how I want you to do it, but I will be checking every day if you did it how I want you to do it.
James, who was on here, Rotten Potatoes, always said trust but verify. I almost feel like that's a gray, like your verifying might be that you're gonna do it again and fluff it up again.
Yeah.
I am a little bit OCD.
We all do things differently, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you have a specific layout of how something is supposed to look, then that's how it should look.
For me, I have to understand, and maybe for others that are listening, I have to understand that I can send a picture to 100 people, which is what I do now.
Yeah.
This is what I need this set space to look like. And 100 people will see that picture different. And you just want to go to all 100 stores and, you know, fix it the way that you sent the picture and visualized it.
And say, this is what it's supposed to look like.
Or you back off and say, that's still going to be good. All the SKUs or UPCs, whatever you call them, are on it.
You're like, I really like your little flare you put on it. That's not what I fucking wanted.
So I have learned to be a little better about that. Not saying laxed, but it's like, it's hard sometimes.
It is, absolutely.
And as a manager, you know, like you let's just say you have one department, right? You have produce or you have deli, and you say, I need this to look like this. We're going to do waterfalls, or we're going to do this. And then you trust that that person's going to do it. You come in the next morning and you're like, not exact. And you're going to, you know, so a little bit of form of micromanaging. But,
so
you know, it's all good.
My number one issue with that, right, okay, is do you have all the tools you need in order to make it look exactly like that picture?
Such a great point.
Because that is something that I'm going through on this project right now is we have meats and cheeses, and they want all the meats and cheeses in the case, and they want all the meats and cheeses in the grab and go, and that's fine, except all the meats and cheeses haven't been sent to the fucking store. So how are you
Always.
supposed to do that
when you don't have what you need?
You don't have what you need.
So true.
So you set us up for failure, and then you go, oh, God, they did a terrible fucking job.
So is that what happened when you drove 2.5, 3 hours?
Oh, don't even get me fucking started.
And you get there and didn't have what you need?
You know what? I should have known better. Okay, so my issue is I haven't been that deep in the city in a while, right?
Yeah.
So I thought, man, if I leave like right after 6, it'll probably take me a little over an hour to get there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, it says 7:58. Okay, all right, not bad, because they had said for this project an 8 a.m. start time. And I thought, well, I'll get there a little early. I can start doing some stuff. I can do something else before they get there. You know, there's always shit to do. And then at 8 a.m., I'll just go over there and I'll join them in what we're doing, you know. And so I was, oh, shit, 7:58. Okay, well, I'll still be there on time. No problem, you know. I left my house, I think, at, you know, like 6:12 or something like that. I'm driving and it's going 8:02.
Oh, no.
And I'm driving and then it says 8:15.
Ah.
And then I'm like, I'm finally like in the city. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to exit here because you can still get around, whatever.
Sure,
you know?
sure.
Oh, no.
Everyone else thought the same thing.
No. When you're driving in the city at 8:30 in the morning, there is no moving. I was just talking to this gentleman at one of my stores. And he used to work out at like the Northfield store, and then all of a sudden he's in this super deep city store, right? And I was like, what are you doing here? He's like, oh, it's closer to my house, you know? And I was like, cool, that's good, you know? And I'm like, hasn't traffic been crazy? Like, do you drive? You don't drive far? And he goes, it normally takes me 15 minutes to get here. He goes, the other day it took me an hour and a half.
Ooh.
The dude lives 15 minutes from the store in the city, and it took him an hour and a half. That's how thick traffic is out there.
So do they still have 90, 94 or 94 down to one lane? Or for those that don't go to the city, they have all this construction going on right now. And
Hi, Mindy.
Hi, Mindy. Hell, we still have Mindy's shirt.
Mindy, we got your shirt.
I am going to see you this week, I promise.
I was going to say, I go to the store she works at. I can drop it off.
I'm going to give it to...
Hello.
There we go. She won a shirt from us. Yay. They are so cute. I was wearing mine earlier today before we put on Christmas. So we will get you your shirt. And it's orange. She's got to wear it now in November before December 1st hits, and everybody's in different, you know, not orange. So, yeah.
Anyways, it's thick in the city, let me tell you.
So the next one on here says lack of support. Lack of support.
Oh.
And this is like if you have a bad manager. Lack of support. Have you ever had a manager who was just kind of like, do it yourself? They make you make decisions and you don't know.
I have had managers that are like, I totally told them how to do that, and they did not follow direction. And it's like, bitch, I didn't hear from you at all. I did what I thought was right. I had no clue. There was no direction.
Have you ever gotten thrown under the bus on stuff? It's so annoying.
And then you have other people like reaching out to you like, do you understand how to do this? And you're like, really? Yeah. I think I got it, you know, and that's very frustrating because you know that person that reached out, it's not their fault.
No, right.
It's not their fault. I'm not mad at them.
They're just hearing it secondhand from another manager.
Does this bitch even know how to do her job? And he's like, oh, I'll ask her, I guess.
Yeah, right,
she's going to be so pissed, you know. Yeah, so whatever.
So for me, lack of support would be just, you know, they think that you can do the job and then you don't do it right, or maybe they're like, oh, that's not exactly, you know,
I'm going to say lack of support is similar to lack of information.
Or a communication, kind of.
Or communication.
Kind of falls in the same. Okay.
Yeah. Or saying, we'll just do it, and going, do what?
Yeah.
If I don't understand fully what you want me to do, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability from what I understand. And just like you said, 100 people look at that picture differently.
Yeah, it's true.
So we all read an email differently. We all read directions differently. Unless I got pictures and words, it's going to look different than yours.
Unless I have a phone call, a meeting, a call, another call.
40 emails.
An email, a text.
And I have you on the phone with me going, yeah, you're doing it right. Are you sure I'm doing it right? Yeah, you're doing it right.
Unless you're with me at the store.
Hold on. Let me put you on video chat so you can look at it and tell me that I am doing it right. And I never
I have done that before. I have done that before.
Yeah.
They kept sending emails back, and I finally called them. I said, we're going to get on FaceTime right now because this is too many emails in a store.
Right.
You know, and of course the Wi-Fi doesn't work. So then it's like, you go out to your car because you think you're done, and then you're getting emails. You're like, no, absolutely. Actually, I did that to the VP
That's the worst.
Where you work.
When you walk out and they go,
I was like, I am FaceTiming you right now. I am not going to continue doing this.
Yeah.
He was fine with it because it was done right then.
I hate when you're walking out to the car and they call you and you answer.
Never answer.
Once you're in that car, you are off the clock. Go, run. And they go, hey, are you still at the store? And you're like, kind of. Why? Oh, well, I just need a quick picture of this. And it's like, all right, I'll go in, I'll take a picture. And then you're walking back out and they call you back and they go, oh, wait, that was the wrong one. I need this one over here in this set, not that one over there. And you go, yeah, no, I already left. Sorry.
Second row, third UPC is wrong. I'll never forget that when they wrote that. If you look at the second row of your 7 deck to the right, it's the wrong UPC or the tag's upside down.
Yeah.
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I was halfway home.
I was like, oh, really? Cool.
So the next one on here says unreasonable expectations. Now, this is still falling under a bad manager for those that may have just joined us or they hung up and came back or whatever.
Yes.
So this is about like bad managing, but really, is it the manager's fault, right?
That's a big one that Shannon
unreasonable
said.
expectations.
I think Shannon was saying, what was our last one that we said?
Lack of support.
Lack of support. Shannon said that's a big one. And then
Huge one.
Amy, and then Gail, her problem is too many bosses. Too many chiefs and not enough Indians for sure. I think we dealt with that one a lot where we worked. And I heard they're cutting down on some management there. So we'll see what happens. Because you know what happens when they cut down on management? They just put more on one person's shoulders.
Yeah. And they don't call them management. They call them like a team lead or something. And we're not going to increase your salary, but we're going to give you this, and this. What the manager was doing that we just lost. And you're like, okay, fine. This is a good opportunity for you. This is kind of like an interview. Oh, we've all heard it. Tell me that we haven't heard that.
Shannon also said her husband is agreeing with all of them. Y'all have both
Jason.
been in retail long enough. We know,
we
know.
This is nothing new.
I will never forget when I was a team leader in training and they would hand me the keys and the phone to the store. And a team leader in training was store director in charge every Friday and Saturday night and possibly Sunday morning for $13 an hour.
Yep.
I will never, ever in my life, that was a hard lesson to learn. That, hey, they're taking advantage of you,
Yeah.
They didn't even want to promote me to a position. Like, they were just going to let me hang out. I'm like, oh, fuck that bitch. We can pay her $13 an hour, and she's dumb enough that she'll take the keys, too.
How about favoritism?
How
do you feel about that?
I don't mind favoritism.
If your manager shows favoritism to certain employees, it can create a toxic work environment.
I mean, I'm usually the favorite.
So she has no idea.
But you know what the great thing about doing a really good job is you get to do everyone's fucking job.
We were just talking about this.
So I
the
I
more
want to
you
say
work, the more you get.
Shannon said almost time for us to update our resumes. Fucking do it.
You know what? It doesn't mean you're going anywhere. It just means you're ready if need be or something comes up, right? We're not looking per se.
Amy only says lock the doors and throw a party. Is that how you deal with bad bosses?
I mean, I like it. I like parties. I like locking doors.
Tab says
No customers.
that is so real. And I'm pretty sure you're talking about me getting paid $13 an
Show
hour.
everybody what Tab made for us.
Oh, are you guys looking for some Christmas?
Is Tab, she's still on,
She's
right,
still
Tab?
on, yes.
Okay, look it.
I just want to know, are you guys looking for some Christmas gifts? Because if you get a hold of Tab Sikorsky that's on the live right now, she can make you some beautiful coasters.
Aren't those great? What does it say on the back? Each one of them says something on the back.
This one says the Clopen Effect, a funny retail podcast. It says we're basically famous.
As we are. Everybody's here.
Holy smokes.
So, Holy Smokes came from probably the first or second episode. I don't even know.
I said it so many times.
Yeah, we're almost at 3 years now. Can you believe it? In 130-something episodes. And you said it once and it's stuck. Like
Holy smokes.
every time we see people, they're like, holy smokes, it's the Clopen Effect. So,
she
and that's
also
our
made
other
me
podcast.
amped. Anxiety makes me poop. And this one on the back says, oh, shit. So, yes.
If Drew's listening, or when he does listen, he's going to have to...
Count it down, Drew. We talked about poop.
He has a tally of how many times we talk about poop.
Yes.
Yuck.
So these are so cool, and Tab gifted these to us, and I use them at home all the time, and Meredith has hers down here for when guests come.
Yep.
They definitely like, where'd you get those? We tell them.
And look at how nice they stay.
Yes.
How long have we had these? It's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah, these are like slate coasters that she kind of did stuff on.
Yep. And they have like the little on
and
the
she's
back.
like, LOL coasters without them cups. Sorry. Here. You feel better now?
I wanted him out because I didn't want to forget in case she joined us.
We were trying to show him off, bitch.
All right, let's go back to favoritism.
Okay.
So you're always the favorite.
I am.
Yeah.
And then I get to do everybody's fucking job.
All right, well, that's the end of that one. All right, so poor decision making, I think we've kind of already touched on that a little bit. Although you can have a bad manager that does poor decision making, but don't we all make mistakes?
I was just gonna say,
I feel like that's kind of not.
we're
like, that's
the ones.
human.
We're the ones making the poor decisions by staying at these jobs that don't give a shit
And listening
about
to
us.
these bad managers.
Yeah, you know.
But
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you do. Sometimes you know, I can't even think of like a poor decision making, but you just do. You think, I'm going to
How
order
about-
all
okay,
this
wait, no.
because this is what happened last year, and then it doesn't, and then, you know,
This
it
is
happens.
what I'm thinking is poor decision making: is keeping somebody on payroll because it's a body, rather than somebody capable of actually doing the job.
That frustrates me so much. Like,
Yes.
we just need someone that's breathing, but the person doesn't work, so you're doing their work. That
Here I
bothers
go.
me so
Yeah.
much.
And then you got to follow behind them. And then you feel like a psycho, like, oh my God, I'm following behind this person and like picking up after them. Am I the psycho? And it's like, no, they just don't do their fucking
And
job.
can I just say that the people that are poorly working, I don't even think they know. I mean, some are lazy, right? Some of them know. Some of them don't care, right?
I don't
But-
think they know because nobody's had a conversation with them about it. Like,
yeah, they just ignore
hey, you're
them.
not
and
working
they're
up
breathing,
to our
they're a heartbeat.
expectations,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And obviously this is different at every place, you
Mm-hmm,
know, but I can't tell you how many times it's just like, I understand it's a body filling a register, but they are not worth it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's,
know.
yeah. What does Shannon say? It's okay to make mistakes if you learn from it. That's how we grow. But if you continue to make the same mistake, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
Nobody's held accountable. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Is my phone falling? Are our heads getting cut off or no? Are we looking
no,
okay?
We're looking good.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Is it weird to watch it because we're delayed?
Yeah, we're delayed on there for sure. And then they like make a comment and I'm like, shit, what were we talking about 10 seconds ago?
We switch things so quick on this podcast.
We have to talk slower.
So the next one is, and yes, totally agree with that, Shannon. I mean, because we're all human. We all make decisions, and you just think that you're doing it the best to your ability, right?
Yeah.
To what you know.
Yeah.
So the next one is lack of empathy. Lack of empathy. A manager who lacks empathy, doesn't consider your well-being or work-life balance. Now, I was just watching a TikTok because, you know, that's where we get our news is on TikTok. And they say that your work should not know any of your personal life. That's for your insurance to know and your family to know and, you know, like HR if they need to know, if you need to take a couple days off, whatever. Your boss, your team members, they say don't talk about anything personal. You are there to work.
Right.
You're not there to make friends. Like, what do I say?
But how do you not make friends at work?
Me. I have no friends at work at this new job.
At your job now.
But I met
Because
a lot
it's
of people.
In corporate hell. I want to say Amy only says, when I manage a gas station, my GM wrote my review and she said that I manage with an iron fist.
Ooh.
Iron fist. And I believe that. I used to live with Amy and she was good. She kept us all in line.
Good.
That apartment
good.
was never dirty.
So back to
Yes.
you know, talking about that kind of stuff. So very unfortunate. I had to put someone on a PIP. For those that don't know what that is, it's a performance improvement plan, right? And this was a couple years ago already. And I think he knew we were going to do it. So we hopped on the call and right away he was like, oh, it's just so bad. I'm taking care of grandma. And I get it. That's fine. But then like the week after he was taking care of his aunt. And then like 2 weeks later he had COVID and, you know, that kind of thing. So it's kind of like, but
always
my
something.
job is you're not doing your job.
Right.
And you're not following your PIP.
Right.
So it's like, I actually don't care what's happening in your personal
Yeah.
life. So it's almost like, why bother? Now, I was sensitive at first until I realized he was lying. So that's a completely different story,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
I was watching TikToks. I don't know why. I think I thought it in my brain. So TikTok is like, oh, I'm going to show her all these videos.
Yeah.
And it was about how you don't get personal at work.
It's so hard not to.
But it's so hard not to. I don't know.
Because
That's where I met all my friends.
You spend 90% of your time with those people, right?
yeah.
So how do you not become friends with them?
Especially if you work in stores.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the people that are here. Like
Yeah.
we work Monday through Friday now.
Yeah.
But people that work weekends, holidays, we've been there. They're
Right,
family.
Right.
They really are. They
You know
turn
what?
into family.
You know what really gets me down is like coworkers calling you to vent. And then it gets you like all worked up and you're like, ah, fuck this place, you know? Like,
Yeah.
That's like the worst for me because I feel like I have a lot of empathy. So if you're all sad and torn down, I'm going to be like, yeah, me too.
Let's go out for a smoke.
God, fuck. God, this place sucks. just fucking burn it down.
Where are our drinks tonight? And for me right now, and I don't know if it's because it's corporate.
Hi, Jen.
Hi, Jen. I don't know if it's because I work in a corporate atmosphere now, but I have not made any friends.
Yeah.
My bosses are great. My team members are great. I just haven't made any friends. So if I have a good day, I have no one to tell. If I have a bad day, I have no one to tell.
Yeah.
So it is kind of strange. Like, I tell you.
You tell me.
Or
and
I tell the episode.
She's like, oh, these fucking people that I work with, man.
It's so
so
strange.
weird. And I'm like, fuck them. You know, like they don't know who you are.
So I am truly someone now in the past couple years that just go to work and then come home and I have my own
weird.
life. So no one really knows. They know I run. Weird. They know I run because a lot of them are still into sports because that's what they did in college and such. So they
just
feel like
got out of college.
They just got out of college. Me too. Yeah, right. So we do have that in common, but that's not really personable, you know.
Shannon says she misses our office vent sessions.
Yes, I don't get that anymore.
Man, we'd close that door and be like, fuck this place, we're gonna burn it down.
Man. I'll never forget one time I was like just doing my own thing on the computer and all of a sudden the door opened and it slammed. Like I thought the door fell off the hinge and then someone just calmly came around and sat down and they were like, can you be an ear? I'm like, yeah, but you just scared me. Should I be worried? I was looking for weapons,
Are you
man.
gonna burn the place down? So let me know ahead of time so I can get the fuck out.
Give me a warning. All right, so here's another one. Failure to address issues.
Yeah.
How you feeling about that?
Yeah. You know what? But what is it? My business.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, it's obvious they're not. If you're still following behind that person that's not doing their job.
Yeah.
You know, so. Yeah.
I mean, it's just so much energy to tell your boss about someone that's not working. You just go do what you're going to do, right? I don't know.
I would never. Okay, it is none of my business what anybody else does at their job.
Yeah.
But I will be vocal if it's like, you know, Cass, you're going to go do this, this, and this at this person's place because it's not getting done.
Yeah,
and I'm going to be like, shouldn't we be asking ourselves why?
Why are they
not
still
just
here?
saying like, oh, Cass, go do it. You know, like that's I'm not okay with that. You know, so that sucks. So, you know, but other than that, it's really none of my business. It's probably one of my favorite things about this job is I manage nobody but myself.
Yeah, that is nice. That is nice.
I'm on my own.
I feel like I'm there as well.
I get up in the morning. I have my coffee. I have a smoke. I get ready for work. I go to work, do my job, talk to people. It's fun. And then I go home.
Sit
and
in
I don't
traffic,
have to worry about
go
it.
home.
Yeah, we're not
I
talking
learned
about
my
traffic.
lesson, so I was super angry at somebody and, you know, went to HR, did the whole thing, and then realized that HR is there for the company.
Gail says she's vocal. You know, it's dangerous. It's dangerous sometimes. It's pointless. It goes in one ear and out the other. It doesn't matter till they get called out for it. Shannon said that. Shannon knows. Damn, girl, get out of fucking retail already. Holy shit.
I agree with Gail. I think I'm vocal, too.
Yeah.
I think so.
What do we always
more
say?
Of
HR's not our friend.
and yeah, but
know?
and I've learned that. So now I don't. I've kind of turned a little bit. I'm more towards like, okay, whatever. I don't care. I'm just going to do my job and just as long as I'm doing what my boss needs.
I've had
and my boss
people-
is happy
yeah.
with me, fine. But I used to be vocal too, Gail.
Okay, and it's who are you being vocal to, right?
Like my first, what
Your
do you call
first
it? Like
your
assistant or
first
my manager or whatever, whoever I roll up to.
First in charge.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and that's fine, I guess, but I've been in the situation where like people call me and say, "Oh, so and so is doing this and this and that," and it's like,
who cares?
that's none of my business.
Yeah,
am. You are not getting me in the middle of this shit. You know, like. You're not going to go say, "Oh, well, I told Cass too. She knows about it too." No, I don't give a fuck. You know, like, do not put me in the middle of that shit.
That is one thing I don't like.
Yeah.
Just because you told me doesn't mean I support what you're saying. I'm supporting you.
Right.
But I'm
Inventing.
not supporting. Yeah.
I'm supporting you inventing. You want to vent to
Absolutely.
me, fine.
I will
but
listen.
like, you think I'm going to get involved in that shit?
But don't put it together like, oh, Meredith thought the
Hell
same.
no.
No, I didn't. You said
Hi,
it.
Greg.
Aw, hi, Greg.
What did he say? Maybe I should start being more vocal. Get out, Greg. I don't think you could be more vocal if you tried.
He does it in a very like professional way, though. I
Shannon
like
says she's
Greg.
a smart vocal. I go with the facts I know and can't get in trouble and tell them
All
what's
about
up.
facts.
Okay, so that, you know,
Let's talk about that.
Me, Shannon, and Meredith used to work together. And the one thing I learned at that place is if it's not documented, it never fucking happened. So document everything.
And we're not just talking about accidents, slips and falls. We're talking about just everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be documented. And you got to have date, time, and facts. You are
Send
so
yourself
right.
an email.
Do some bullet points of what's happening.
If you have a conversation with your manager about something happening, then you write an email to that manager and you say, okay, just to follow up on our conversation today, this is what happened, blah, 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 blah. And you send it to yourself and to that person. Then you always have documentation.
We have a friend that's learning all that.
Yes.
She's putting it all in emails and writing it and follow up and recap it and everything.
You have to.
Put it in writing.
If it's worth a conversation, it's worth an email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last one on here, so we're talking about bad management or just probably not bad management, just things that are coming from the top, right?
Yeah.
So lack of development opportunities. So that could be for the team member or the manager, right? Do they just throw people in management positions? I don't know.
I feel like there is no opportunities. It's all a mirage. The CEO is the only one who's getting most bang for his buck, I guess. Come on. We're just peons in this world.
Oh, gosh.
And so this is very generational, right? Our parents and our grandparents, they started from the bottom and they had the opportunity to work to the top.
Sorry.
Started from the bottom, now we're mid
management.
But it's not like that anymore, right? There is no more starting as a janitor and becoming CEO of the company. It just doesn't exist anymore. And anybody who wants to argue with me about that, I guarantee is over 45 years old, because anybody under 45 is going to be like, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
It just does not work that way anymore. And we are coming to a whole generation of people who don't give a fuck about being at the top. I say it all the time. You are very passionate about your job and you always strive to be the best and move up and do better and make more. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
You all know. Where I am completely happy with where I am, and when we worked at our place that we met, I moved up a little bit and this and that. And they kept pushing me to go further. And I was like, no.
I had 9 roles in 2 years.
Yeah. It's not worth it.
Why?
Why? I'm thinking even a store director of where we worked, barely made $100K a year. Right.
And that's so much stress.
Fuck that.
It's just so much stress. Just to hear all the customers and, all
Shannon
that kind of
says
stuff.
it's all in who you know. That is right.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of true.
Yeah.
Kind of how I kept
I know
moving
people,
over.
I'm like, girl, whose dick are you sucking? Because it ain't your talent getting you there. They will never know. You will never know who I'm talking about. Because I would never vocalize
and do not
to
put it in the
anybody
chat if you
face.
know. All right, so because we have our Christmas sweaters on that I'm sweating in because this light is so bright and it's 60 out in the Midwest. And why we have this is because now we're going to talk about surviving the holidays because they started with the blizzard that we had on Halloween.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to talk about surviving the holidays. So before we start and ask AI.
Ooh, I love asking AI.
How do you put it in the chat? I keep pointing at your phone. How do you survive the holidays working retail?
I don't have to write it. They're
no,
listening
they will.
to
They
us
will
right now.
Everyone listening, the 2 or 3 people that are listening, put it in the chat.
Oh, Shannon, you can guess on some. You think you know? You don't even know.
Shannon knows.
You don't even know.
Shannon knows everything.
I know. She really does. She's too smart to be working where she's working. But it's comfortable, right? You're like, I know my job. I know how to do it. And fuck them. Mm-hmm.
Is Sarah from Two Chicks Talking Flicks on? I see that she liked our live.
I don't know.
I just adore her.
She was
very excited. Her Rangers won, so she was just having an amazing week. I was following all the stuff.
Can I see who's on here? I can't see who's on here.
I think so. Oh,
besides
bummer.
Looking at comments.
Well, if she's on, hi, congratulations. Her Rangers won, so she was very excited.
So tell us, guys,
Texas.
what do you do to survive the holidays? And while you're thinking about that, I'm going to fill up my drink. You need a drink?
Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
Hurry up. You can go in front of the camera. I can't see what anybody's saying, though, so you got to hurry.
I'm hurrying.
I'm going to look at your phone. As I bang my head with my headphones on.
That's fine.
Oh my gosh, so funny. Does it say how many people are on? Yeah, there's a couple people on. That's good.
It's like 12 or something at the top.
Nah, there's like 3.
What?
They got sick of us.
Oh.
Does it show how many people are on? We're taking a quick drink break.
You want a high noon?
Sure. Oh, yeah, there is 10 people on.
Yeah.
It switched over. Why did it say 3 before?
I don't know.
Oh. Oh, there's 11, Amy said. Oh, cool. Thanks. Oh, Jenny says that she gets through the holidays with alcohol.
Well,
Same.
that's an everyday get through for us.
That's not even the holidays, Jen.
That's a Monday through Friday thing.
Oh, gosh.
That's a daily occurrence.
Hi, Mom. Your mom's still here. Cass is getting us some drinks. She'll be back in a second.
And I did a costume change.
All right, so far, Jen says alcohol. So we're asking AI how to make it through holidays. It's always laughable when AI is trying to tell us how we make it through as retail.
Oh, yeah.
But I actually asked it, how do you survive the holidays working in the retail industry? And right away it says it can be challenging during the increased demand, longer hours, heightened stress levels. And then it says, here are some tips to help you navigate this busy season. This might be laughable. It's AI. I mean, it doesn't know. It doesn't know emotion. That's a great sweater.
You like that?
I don't know if I've seen you.
I think we wore it in our Schwalski's pictures.
We may have to share that for those that aren't on our personal. We may have
Yeah.
to share that. We have so much fun. So every year, go ahead, you can say it. What do we do every year?
We do
take
photo
pictures.
It's fucking hilarious.
Was last year the Hallmark where we had like the frames and
Yeah.
where you and Bestie were giving each other gifts and I was behind the tree like
Yes.
rude.
Yes. And the year before that, we did Ice Queens, right?
That was so good.
Because the
and then
little one was
before
just a
that, we
baby.
did like 80s or 90s.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's when I wore this.
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
it was. It doesn't look like 80s or 90s, but that's great. Is that grandma's?
This is absolutely 1994.
I love it.
Sears.
Oh.
Sears 1994
Oh, really?
Christmas collection.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Excuse me. So AI says, plan your schedule. Get a clear understanding of your work schedule. The only problem I have with that is you only know a week in advance what you're going to be working.
Yeah, don't get me started.
Right? So including holiday shifts, time off. So I guess if you go into it expecting to work every freaking day,
Yeah.
then you'll be happy if you have a day off.
Just know, in retail in the holidays, right? We know you work every holiday, every weekend. Every time you plan a birthday party, you will work.
The only problem I had the last year that I worked at the place that a lot of us worked was that my manager up at the front end or whatever the lines lead on the food side had holidays off.
Yeah.
Had to be with her daughter, all this kind of stuff. And I worked every single holiday.
Yeah.
So I worked Thanksgiving morning, worked Black Friday, worked the weekend, and then maybe had like Monday off or Tuesday off. And that was the last year was like that. I remember closing for New Year's, opening New Year's Day, because we worked at a place that I think Christmas was the only day off. And really, you were only off 12 hours because third shift had to come in.
Right.
Pricing had to come in at midnight to mark everything down.
Yeah.
And that was the last year I finally was like, yeah, no, I can't do this anymore. It was only because I was looking at their schedule and they were able to be off on Thanksgiving, or maybe they'd show up Black Friday around 9, and I was like, I've been here since 3 or 4, or however we did it. It's been a few years now, but
I'm so grateful that Black Friday really isn't a thing anymore. Now with online shopping,
there's a lot of stuff already starting now.
Yeah, they do Black Friday all month online deals.
I think Walmart's
and
already have commercials maybe of saying, it starts now, get your TVs
Yes.
now. Well, they don't want any fights.
Right.
It's crazy how
Right.
people are.
And everybody shops online anyways. Nobody's
do.
going to wait in line when they can just order it.
I know, but
on the
support brick
computer.
and mortar. Support us.
I'm sorry. It's not going to be around
As
much
I have
longer,
like
you know?
16 Amazon boxes
Yeah,
upstairs because I'm like,
right.
oh, this looks great.
Yeah, we're the times are a changing.
The times are a changing.
I keep saying it. It's the next couple of generations. It's going to be fucking weird. You know?
Yeah.
They're going to be using no cash. You know, it's all going to be digital. Like, it's going to be weird.
You know, there's still a lot of people that like to pay cash.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Our little local coffee shop knows about that.
Yeah.
People will show up and they'll, go to hand to 20 and they'll be like, I'm sorry, we don't take cash. You should see the looks, the daggers.
What do you mean? This is American currency. What do you mean you don't take cash?
And then tell them you don't have their drink or their food that they really want.
Yeah.
Oh, in trouble. All right, so plan your schedule if you can, I guess. Again, just anticipate that you're going to work every single day. And when you do have a day off, cool. Spend it with the family.
AI says plan your schedule. You don't have to plan your schedule, AI, you dumbass.
Oh, there's more.
You just take it as it comes.
This one says stay organized. I do feel like this is a good point because you're so busy, because you're working.
Yeah.
Feels like 48 hours.
If you have some time off, make sure you throw a load of laundry in and take a bath.
Don't forget about the laundry, though. Make sure after the bath you go and throw it in the dryer because that happened a lot when I was working in-store retail.
I can't tell you how many times I woke up in the morning and go, oh, my God, go throw my pants and my shirt in the dryer.
On high so then they're too short, like these. Look how short my pants are. That's why my sweater is actually
not
up
too
because
short.
it's
capris.
Right.
It's a nice day out today.
So if you can, stay organized.
Yeah.
Do to-do lists. Make a list if you can.
Yeah.
And that's really not just for retail. That's like, okay, I probably should shop on this day.
Yeah.
Spend time with family. Please spend time with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, try
have
to. I know you
reset
need to
days.
get your...
Yeah.
I love your Sunday reset days. Love it. I try not to bother you at all unless something really comes and then I'll send her a text. But
just send it to me
she
and I'll
calls
read
Sunday
it later.
reset day. So maybe have a reset day, even if it's in the middle of the week. I had one Friday.
Yeah.
I spent time with Bestie and her cutie.
Sometimes I just decide to do my laundry and stuff on Thursday, so then I can do whatever the fuck I want on Sunday.
And you've said this before on an episode before that you actually enjoyed having a day off during the week. You can go to the bank, you can get laundry done, you can just kind of, you had your reset on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, right?
That was more when my husband was working, because then he wouldn't be at the house. Now he's just there all the time.
I don't think an episode goes by without us talking about Johnny.
Poor Johnny.
Poor Johnny.
Shit, Jenny, are you at my house? You better not be telling him what I'm saying.
The next one is self-care. Very important.
Very important.
Very important.
Like I said, throw that load of laundry in and go run a bath.
If you feel like taking a nap, go take a nap. Just make sure it's not like a 6-hour nap. Like maybe set an alarm. Because
it
all of a
always
sudden
happens to me.
It's dark out. Oh, speaking of, we got to turn our clocks back, right?
Shit, today?
It's going to be like...
Shit.
Is that today or... Someone tell me. Is it today or tomorrow? Tonight?
When is clock change? Hey, Google, when is clock change? Oh, doesn't work.
My computer's going to screw up and it's not going to do anything.
Oh, Jen says she just walked away. Thank God. Thank God.
So self-care. What would be self-care for you? If there's people listening, what's self-care for you? I'm curious.
I would say tonight, Tab says we change clocks.
Okay, thank you.
I would say self-care for me is doing laundry, and I don't like baths, but have a me day where I just, a lot of times Sunday, my reset day, I don't even shower. I just I'm in pajamas all day.
Yeah.
I do my chores, just so then you can start Monday fresh.
Yeah, it's true.
Whenever your Monday is, whether your Monday is on a Friday or your Monday is on Monday, you just want to start Monday fresh. You know, you don't want to have to be running around and worrying about shit. But self-care, maybe go get a pedicure, hang out with you guys, have a night out.
Mm-hmm. Even if it's an early night out, little dinner, couple drinks, go home. Watch a movie.
One of the best things about working retail is you generally make friends with people who work retail.
Yeah, so you try to get the same days off.
And you can try, and not even that, but maybe you have to work Saturday during the day, but then you don't have to be there till Sunday night, and somebody is off on Saturday and they don't have to be there till Sunday night. You can make time, right? We've talked about it before on our other podcast, Anxiety Makes Me Poop, if you haven't checked it out yet.
It's a good one.
Making time for each other.
Yeah.
It's so important. And I hung out with some good friends yesterday because I was like, holy shit, I haven't seen them since her birthday. And Erica, Hi, Erica. But, it's like, oh, damn, I need to call them. I need to make some time for them. Like, I love them so much. And it's like, you got to make time.
Time is everything.
And there's times where I'm like, I don't want to fucking do shit today. But it's like, it's not always about you. And when you go out and do it, you feel so good about it.
Yep.
It makes you, energizes you to hang out with people you love,
My reset day is waking up naturally.
I love you too, Erica.
Aw.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
Your reset day is
waking up naturally. I do not set an alarm.
Which is 4:30 in the morning for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say for me it's like 6, so 5. And then I let my body, my mind, I let it decide what we're gonna do for the day. Like if I feel like doing something, we'll do it. If I feel like staying in my PJs,
I guess I'll go run 5 miles.
I mean, that's usually part of it, but that's
and
something
I'm like, I guess I'll get out of my pajamas.
Then I'll put on some music and there's no rush. Like during the week when I have to log in at a certain time and I'm rushing to finish my jog or my run or whatever. But if it's a reset day, I wake up natural. If I feel like going, if not, I'll make some breakfast.
Yeah.
Or I'll go get coffee or, so it's like that. That's my self-care.
Yeah, that's good.
So teamwork is on here. So we're talking about how to survive the holidays for those that are listening. How to survive the holidays, and it's teamwork. So how do you get a team together though to work on the same project?
Nobody has any self-care advice? None of y'all do self-care? What is wrong with you?
It's because they all work retail. We're all burnt out.
You guys need
Everybody started at 3:00 this morning, and they're like getting ready to take a nap after this live.
And a lot of people like have kids, so they're like, day to myself. Sorry, guys.
Hide in the closet. Have some ice cream.
Yeah.
So what about teamwork? It says collaborate with your colleagues and offer support. Team members, whatever.
And they're gonna be like, okay, overachiever. God, I hate that bitch. She's always like, can I help you? Can I help you with something? No,
you know what I do like about teamwork during the holidays is, and what I noticed from where we came from, if a customer started yelling, they were crabby, whatever, just another team member would just kind of slowly start walking over by you just to make sure you had it under control, knowing that we had it under control, but just 2 against 1 crazy customer was always better.
Yes.
Or maybe they had just a better way of saying it because they see you getting a little flustered. I did appreciate that.
I knew who to call, who would back me up,
and
who not to call, because they would be like, just give him what they want.
No. Well, and at the service desk, it was always, we were the yes desk. Right?
Shannon says her and her hubby party Thursday night together.
Yes,
that's
love
our day.
their Snapchats.
I always get a snap from you, and you're like, cheers, bitches.
Yep, always.
And then Jenny
that's Thursday
says,
nights, okay.
bath, nap, alcohol.
Love it. Love it. Alcohol again. She's mentioned it a couple times.
Bath, alcohol, nap, alcohol. Yes.
And then the next one says, if you celebrate any holiday, it's holiday cheer.
Yeah.
So if you celebrate whatever you celebrate, right?
Yeah.
It's just embracing the spirit and the decorations. Like, it's everywhere now. It's
Yeah.
everywhere now.
Everywhere
And you just have to embrace it because it's just there in front of you. No matter what holiday you celebrate.
You know what I always loved about the holidays is it was so fucking busy, time would fly.
This is very true.
You'd be like, shit, I got an hour left and I haven't even taken my lunch. I'm fucking going on lunch now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my car and I'm leaving.
I'm just clocking out, bitches, later.
So I love Hallmark. I know. I have a soft heart, but soft soul for Hallmark and all those cheesy movies. They are already on the TV.
It was like Halloween wasn't even here yet, and you were like, "Oh my god, I just watched this Christmas movie," and I'm like, "I can't stop."
And my family puts up with it.
Oh god,
Steve and Julia, they were like, "You gotta wait till after Halloween." I'm like, "But it's on now."
Yeah. If I do it too early, I lose the Christmas spirit. Then I'm sick of it by Christmas.
I don't. Although we did try to watch one yesterday, it was so cheesy. I'm like, "Nah, I'm gonna go TikTok." That does happen.
Was it Holidays in Handcuffs?
No, I love
that one.
So a few years ago now, when it was
Jen said cheers.
Cheers. Well, hold on.
Sorry.
So I tell this story very often because I feel like it's a lesson learned. So the last year that I worked where we met, and it was such a rough year, like I said, because I had to work every holiday. It just kind of all blurred together during the holidays. Like, right now, right? It's already busy. I can tell the store's already busy just from us shopping in them and working in them and stuff. And it all just kind of blurs together, right? So you're working Thanksgiving the day after Black Friday. You're working Christmas Eve, all that kind of stuff, right? So it was like January 3rd or 4th. I tell this story all the time. And I was like this is my self-care day. I feel like there was 2 months of just a blur. I've been living, and the kids were younger. You know, this was years ago. The kids were little, and I felt like I didn't even spend time with them. Thank God Steve spends time with them and does great things with them when they were younger, because I always had to work, or they'd call me or visit me at the store.
Oh, it was so fun when they'd come in. We'd all be like, yeah,
I know, they would always come visit, which always actually made me sad, because I was like, I'm not going out with you. Take me with you. But it was like January 3rd or 4th. You just throw your
snacks in the cart for them to buy. Please bring this home for me.
I would do. I'd be like, I need this and this. And I was going to do a self-care day, and I thought, you know what? Actually, I worked till 11 that night, and I thought, I am just going to watch a Christmas movie. Like, I'm going to put on Hallmark, and it was all done. The season was done, and Frasier was on. And I'm like,
Frasier.
Fuck this season! I was so angry.
That was the day you updated your resume.
That was the day I updated my resume at midnight. I'm out of here. I was so sad. And I tell everybody that, because you got to do it earlier than that.
Yeah.
You got to spend time with the family. Do it. Call off. Everybody call off tomorrow and just let us know, and then you can come here. We got a full bar.
Do it.
People are going to be ringing the doorbell tomorrow.
Oh, my God.
Reset self-care day.
Let me know when they start showing up. I'm just 5 minutes down the road. I will be here.
Oh, gosh. So I feel like this one is kind of with the stay organized, self-care, plan your schedule. It's time management. Do you even really have that in retail, time management? I don't know.
No, because you don't even know, let alone what time it is, what day it is.
Yeah. Like, don't get stuck on one project, maybe, or if a customer keeps bothering you, or just, I actually, there's a store by us that I visit often, and there is a woman that I swear she has an internal timer that she'll be talking to a customer for no more than 2 minutes, and I've heard her many times say, all right, I got to get back over there.
Yeah.
All right, she makes sure that when she's having a conversation on the floor with a customer who just wants to tell their life story,
it's the worst.
We all have had those before.
Yeah.
She is right on it. Like, all right, I got to get back over there because I got to put an order in. It's just an excuse.
Yeah.
It's an excuse to get away from that. So that's a good example of time management. Like, don't get stuck with the customers that are going to talk forever. Like the one on New Year's that needed bacon, and all he did was complain to me. I know I've talked about that
I'm terrible
before,
about that. I will talk to people forever. If it keeps me from having to do my job, you better believe. Stand here all day with you.
Well, we're going to roll right into this next one that says set boundaries.
Oh, yeah.
So set your boundaries with customers, with anybody, really.
Maybe they need to set a boundary with me, like, Jesus, bitch, get back to work. Don't you have something to do?
So I really want this on the shelf. Can you go back to the back room, right? To the back room and see if it's there?
Oh, let me just go produce it from the back room.
I think
it's
you
magic.
also need to set your boundaries with team members, though, too.
Well,
because there are
and
people,
bosses.
And
yes,
bosses. And there are times where people they're burnt out and they want to chat with you about it, and they don't want to do the job, and you're looking at stuff that needs to get done. You got to set and you got to set your boundaries too. Yeah. So we're talking about surviving the holidays.
You know all about it. You're a waitress. You know all about it.
I think this one might be no. Actually, there's a couple more, but this one, and we only have 3 more, and then we'll be done. We'll let you guys get back to your self-care day, hopefully, or off break. So this next one is reward yourself.
I have no problem doing that.
I want to hear how people reward themselves.
How do you reward yourself?
And if Jen writes alcohol again,
do it, Jen.
We're going to have a little chat after this. She is. She's going to write it again.
She's totally going to write it again.
For me, it's coffee. I love coffee. So no matter what I do, that's always my reward. I know some people do ice cream. Some people do whatever, whatever.
My reward is like, I will buy like something that I don't have, right? Like a spice, maybe.
Oh, I love that.
Because I love spices.
And you love to cook. You're such a great cooker and baker, which is why we keep inviting you to cookie baking. Oh, wait, that was your thing.
Baking is like, eh. Cooking is great because you just fucking throw it in a pot and you're like, I think this will taste good together.
Yeah. Steve has told everyone.
Shannon says Red Bull.
Yes. Yeah. You have to treat yourself. Yeah. So Steve still tells everybody about the lasagna you made.
That is one thing
She brought this lasagna brick for Steve. He ate on it for like 4 days.
Yeah. She said this lasagna. It was like a small casserole dish.
It was this big.
Yeah.
It was like this big.
It was the size of this tree right here, plus this gift. Really, it was like the size of this gift. Anyways, that's probably something I will brag about is my lasagna. And
Yeah.
I mean, I always watched, my grandma always made spaghetti sauce. My mom always made spaghetti sauce. And I just doctor up store sauce, I don't make that shit from scratch or nothing, but you add to it, right? Throw some mushrooms, some good spicy sausage in there, and some pork and beef and whatever else, and sauce it up. Yeah.
So how do people reward themselves? Did they say?
Shannon's the only one that said Red Bull.
So coffee, I don't know.
Jenny sent me a snap though. Did she say alcohol and snap? What did Tyler say? Tyler sent me a snap and he said, I was going to ask you what the hell was on your neck, but I realized my computer screen was dirty. Wash your computer, Tyler. Jesus.
Or wash your neck. All right, so we have one more, and then we'll let everybody get back to their day. First, thanks. Thanks for hanging out with us. This was super fun. I'm glad we went live.
Yeah.
Send your snap back, and then we're going to talk about the last one.
Okay. Already.
Which I kind of feel like goes with the whole theme of this episode. To survive the holidays, it says plan your future. Update your resume.
That would be how you plan the future,
if you're
guys.
getting burnt out, plan your future.
Yeah.
Although retail makes the world go round, which is why we have this podcast, which is why we have people that follow, and people just love to hear what we have to say, because retail makes the world go round.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Job hopping is one way to get a great raise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless you are phenomenal at negotiating your raise every year, which we all know.
You got to negotiate.
Gail says you need to do it. Do it, Gail.
Yeah.
We all know you're going to get what? A 2% raise max, unless you're the CEO, then you're getting millions,
Mm-hmm.
Go find a new job.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking thing you're doing, just at a new place.
There's really neat websites that like resume builders, or like what to put on your resume, because it's changed a little bit in the past few years.
Yeah.
Right? They don't want bullet points anymore. Just tell them what you do.
Tell them
you
a
can
story.
use AI, use Chat GPT, go on there, type in what you want it to say, and it'll pull up more of a, unless it's already professional, like more of a professional like highlight of what you do with your job. And I don't know, I'm an AI fan though, so
yeah,
pretty neat.
I think maybe we froze.
Oh, did we freeze?
It's just on mine, though,
Maybe we froze.
It's because I'm not hooked up to
your
your
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
We're done. That was perfect.
Oh, that's funny, because it's...
It could be my phone.
It's hard to change jobs the way the world is going. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Who said that?
Gail. It's that you're comfortable where you're at. You know what I mean?
Especially because you're very good at what you do. So it's kind of hard to go somewhere else.
It is. It's scary.
So I agree. Yeah, it is.
It
really depends
scary.
on your niche.
I left my job after 10 years. I mean, I was a waitress like on and off for 7 years. I was a bartender on and off for like 7 to 10 years. I got into retail. I was at the same place for 10 years, and holy fuck, it was scary to leave. And I'm so glad that I did.
Yeah.
I'm still retail, but I'm not, I still work in the retail environment, but I'm not working all these nights and weekends, and I bitch about my job all the time, but really it's not that bad. I'm just a spoiled bitch, And
it is hard though, because if you have a certain niche and you're looking, you're just kind of like, you really got something's really got to call out to you to want you to change.
Yeah.
And Gail's been at where we met for many, many years. That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard. A lot of us actually.
Yeah.
Some people have 15, 20. We asked everyone how long you've been in retail. Some say 40, 30, 20. That's a lot.
I was laughing when
it's hard to change.
My husband retired because he was a concrete laborer his whole life, right? And nobody retires as a laborer. You start out as a laborer and you get into something else, because laboring is laboring. Like, it's so hard and it breaks your body and this and that. Mm-hmm. And one of our old coworkers was like, how is your husband retiring already? He's younger than me. And I was like, because he didn't work in a grocery store his whole life. It's unfortunate to say, because I'm not saying that working in a grocery store is easy. You're lifting and twisting and pulling and pushing, and it's mentally exhausting and physically exhausting. But that, he got to retire earlier than any of us because he broke his body for his job.
Yeah.
So. Tyler, I know you self-soothe with alcohol also with Jenny.
It's just a retail
Tyler
thing.
says hello from Poland.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, what is it, like freaking midnight out there right now?
Oh my gosh. Thanks for joining us. Well, what else? I think we're good.
That's it.
I think we had a lot to talk about today.
That's it. That was our episode today.
Yeah.
Woo.
Thank you to everyone that joined.
I think we need to do this more often.
Absolutely.
We're gonna have to
Let
get
us
more
know if we
backgrounds.
should do it more often. Yeah, we will. We'll probably keep this one for a couple weeks, and then maybe we'll do some
This
more.
one's staying until February 14th. After Valentine's Day, then you take
We'll
down
just
your
have
Christmas
new
stuff.
sweaters, new shirts,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
I got a whole fucking stack of these, so yeah, we will do that.
So I have a T-shirt for anyone that commented, anyone that was on the live. You saw everybody that was on the live. I have a T-shirt for you. So I'm gonna send a message to one person. We'll just do a quick little spin, where we pick a name and
do a
someone's gonna get a T-shirt.
spin.
Maybe some other fun stuff. We'll do some fun stuff for the holidays. So.
And hopefully, if you're still on here, hopefully I'll see you soon. I can drop your T-shirt off to you.
If I couldn't see who was on, so if you're listening, go on to the one. Let's see, what is the one? Let me look. Go on to the. Hold on. Please hold. The one that says recording live today at 3 p.m., the one that shows our background.
Okay.
Just post that you were on it, that you listened, and then that way I know that I have everyone, and someone's going to get a prize pack today for listening. So
Ooh.
yeah, it'll be fun. So go on Facebook.
Let's see. Is it
It
this
should be the
one?
last one that we just posted 4 hours ago.
Yes.
Recording live today at 3 p.m.
Yep.
Yeah, go on there and just be
This
like,
one. Go on
I
that
watched
one.
you live, or I commented live, just whatever. Just put something on there, and then and we'll pick somebody. We'll send you off a prize pack. So, Tyler, I'm not sending it to Poland. You have to get it when you get back.
Well, Tyler will be home from Poland soon.
No, we'll pick. We'll do a wheel.
Because he's going to have a baby soon. Woo!
Oh my gosh.
We can't wait, Kendra.
All right, go comment on there, and then we'll pick a name, and we'll let you know. Sound good?
Yes, sounds
Thanks,
great.
everybody.
I was just watching us on here. It's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird because we're
kind of weird.
kind of weird.
Anyways, all right. Thanks, guys. We
Thank
love you.
you.
Don't forget to go comment so you can win a T-shirt.
Yay.